like you got off the... Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they want to be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy, but later I'm calling the guap. Who gave you a voice?
Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Oakland Raiders as they get set to match up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by all-pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But, boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Jordan Evans in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. For a big play, 77 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
Black 58, Rail!
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ace! Ace!
On the ground, McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Black 58, Rail! Black 58, Rail! All day, every day, any day.
McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Down! 180!
Well, the drive starts with Rob Kelly. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Again, this is Kelly pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Jordan Evans in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional win. And going deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Butker now to kick this one away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, but in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now they'll throw with Carr. Open man is Uzomah. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us Offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A look there at how the Raiders will start defensively. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
Now here's Mahomes. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1 quarter in the books. 10-zip our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Nelson's first catch. Good for a first down. From midfield, here's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And an alley to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Rob Kelly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Rob Kelly finished it all off with a touchdown run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Slow.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Butker now to kick this one away. That sails over the inline. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On play action, it's Carr. Cook with a first down and much more. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On the run, it's Kelly. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now a play fake. Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Just 21 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner, because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But he's got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggle, still winning here in the second quarter. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week. Another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Kelly. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing his car on third down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up fourth.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for KC. And even 50 yards.
Keep 15, keep 15. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And our focus now moves to Jordy Nelson. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Carr now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Now a timeout signaled for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On play action, now Carr. It's caught, Nelson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've come upon halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try to knock the ball away.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On second down, here's Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Get down.
Carr now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Off the play fake. Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. They run with it. It's Kelly. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Go!
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Fighting through pressure. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to loft one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play on third down for the Chiefs. 44 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right? Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Off play action. Carr. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And now look at him go. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Pierre Garçon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team.
And the Raiders have got him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You go to
rush coming, and he's taken down. D. Ford in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Kelly, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run with Kelly, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked off.
And got his man complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there, 88 yards, and the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the carry is Kelly, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Cover 0. 4 down, 4 down. Monday, down.
They'll go again with Kelly. And now running right through it. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
You're mine. Down. You want it, Push it on.
Carr to throw on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First down Raiders, the former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jamison Crowder, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
There we go now. Green.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Black 58 rail.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
The elusive, slippery guy couldn't get in there, though. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Butker is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Carr throwing the slant pattern here, complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Carr, now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Jordan Evans in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now here comes Kansas City. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
Back to throw. Page. And that is incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Nicholson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Gone. Detroit.
On 1st down, Page. And this is incomplete. So not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gone.
Throwing again. Page. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Gone.
Looking to throw. Page. And that will be incomplete as well.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On 4th down, Page. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach knows he's going to...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got Bioski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Throwing to start the drive. Page. And he comes back with one complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, Page. And this one's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
To throw on 3rd down, Page. 4th, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Operating from the gun, Page. And able to find Conley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back to throw. Page stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Page. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Willie Henry in there to get him. His 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 3rd down, Page. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Off the play fake, Page. And they will not be able to hook up up there. It's incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Detroit! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air on 2nd down. Page, flush to his right. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Green 39!
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Get down! 180!
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he's standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw on second down. Page over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Page over the middle, complete. That's Nicholson. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Page. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Carr now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Yeah.